Hello everyone, today's topic is derivatives of mesoderm. At the end of the third week, mesoderm get divided into three types: paraxial, intermediate and lateral plate mesoderm. Now, in center we have notochord, just lateral to the notochord. Towards the midline we have paraxial mesoderm. Laterally we have lateral plate mesoderm, which is further divided into somatopleuric and splanchnopluric. The part of the lateral plate mesoderm which lines the amniotic cavity, this is termed as somatopleuric mesoderm, and the part which lines the yolk sac, this part is termed as splanchnopluric mesoderm. And the mesoderm in between the paraxial and lateral plate mesoderm is termed as intermediate mesoderm. Now first of all, paraxial mesoderm is close to midline. It is thickened plate of mesodermal cells at approximately 17th day, that is end of the third week. These thickened plate of mesodermal cell get organized into segments and form somatomeres. What is somatomeres? Somatomeres are concentric whorl of mesoderm form in cephalocaudal direction, start from head to tail. Now, somatomeres, that is the segmented paraxial mesoderm in head region, paraxial mesoderm and segmentation of neural plate in combination are termed as neuromeres, and these form the mesenchyme of the head region. From the occipital region to the tail region, that is occipital region to up to the tail, we have somatomeres get organized to form somites. Now, as we see in this diagram, this neuroectoderm get invagination, form the neural folds, then neural tube. Similarly, when this occur in the neuroectoderm, the mesoderm to near the neural tube get thickened to form the paraxial mesoderm, and these paraxial mesoderm get segmented to form somites. This is neural tube in the center, this is the neural tube, and these are the somites. These somites form from head to tail direction, that is these form in cephalocaudal direction. Because these are formed in the craniocaudal sequence with a specified periodicity, that is the first somite appear on 20th day. First somite is appear on 20th day. And 3 pairs are formed per day. From the 20th day up to the end of the 5th week, daily 3 pairs are formed, and these, from this we can determine the age of the embryo. How many somites are formed during this period at the end of from the end of the third week up to the end of the 5th week? During the formation of the somites, by counting the number of the somites, we can find out the age of embryo, developing embryo. Now this is the neural tube, and these are the paraxial mesoderm that are get segmented to form somites. These are the somites from craniocaudal direction. Now, how many somites we have? 4 occipital somites, 8 cervical somites, 12 thoracic, 5 lumbar 5 sacral and 8 to 10 coccygeal. These are the number of somites, and these somites later form the axial skeleton. Now, number of somites correlated with the age in approximate day. 20th at approximately 20th day we have 1 to 4 somite. Now daily 3 pair of somite formed. Then on 21st day we have 4 to 7. Up to 30th day we have 34 to 35 somite. First somite formed at day 20. This is asked in viva. Molecular regulation of the somite formation. How somites are formed? These somites are formed. The segmentation of the paraxial mesoderm depends upon the segmentation clock. This is cyclic expression of number of gene. What is segmentation clock? It is cyclic expression of genes. Now, in pre-somatic mesoderm, in pre-somatic mesodermal area, there is increase in notch, and on the boundaries of the somite at the cranial end we have increase in the retinoic acid, and the caudal end we have increase in fibroblast growth factor 8 and WNT3A. This is the molecular regulation. How in the pre-somatic mesoderm we have increased quantity of notch. Now at the boundaries, at the cranial end, as we see in this diagram, this is the determined segment where increase in the notch, and at the cranial end we have increase in the retinoic acid, and the caudal end we have increase in the fibroblast growth factor 8 and WNT3A gene. This is how the molecular or at the genetic level the somites are formed. Now each somite form sclerotome, myotome and dermatome. And somatic differentiation, how somites differentiate into a sclerotome, myotome, dermatome, we will study in another chapter. That each somite form a particular cartilage, a muscle and a skin. All are supplied by same nerves. Each myotome and dermatome also has its own segmental nerve component. This is the differentiation, how this get differentiated. This is the neural tube and this is the notochord. These secrete or changes the number of type of gene and how the molecular regulation occur, that we will study in another video. Now intermediate mesoderm. Intermediate mesoderm differentiate into urogenital structures, that is the nephrotome, nephrogenic cord, that is kidney, urinary bladder, gonads. All these structures are derived from the intermediate mesoderm. How this get converted into the urogenital structure, this we will study in detail in systemic embryology. Now lateral plate mesoderm. Lateral plate mesoderm is of two types, parietal and viscerous. That is, parietal is somatic and this is splanchnopluric mesoderm. Now this somatic mesoderm with overlying ectoderm, this form lateral body wall and folds, that is the dermis of the skin, bone and connective tissue of limbs and sternum. Lateral body wall, dermis of the skin, connective tissue of limbs and sternum, and the visceral, that is the splanchnopluric mesoderm with the endoderm form the wall of the GIT. Now parietal mesoderm form the lining or the serous membranes of the pleural, pericardial and peritoneal cavity. These are the serous cavities, and the visceral, that is the splanchnopluric mesoderm, form the serous membrane around the each organ, vital organ. Blood and blood vessels are also derived from the mesoderm. Blood and blood vessels arise from the mesoderm. Blood vessels arise via two types, vasculogenesis and angiogenesis. Vasculogenesis is when blood vessel arise from the blood islands. Vasculogenesis is blood vessel arise from the blood island is directly from the mesodermal cells, and angiogenesis is blood vessel arise from the existing blood vessel arise from existing vessel. This is termed as angiogenesis. This asked in Viva, what is the difference between the vasculogenesis and angiogenesis? Now first blood island is formed during third week in the mesoderm surrounding the wall of yolk sac. This island form hemangioblast. This island form the hemangioblast cells, and these hemangioblasts are precursor for both the vessel and the blood cells. Now definitive hematopoietic cells derive from the mesoderm, which is near the aorta, and aorta near the developing kidney, and this area is termed as aorta-gonad mesonephros region, that is the AGM, and these cells compile, form vessels, and this area in future converted into liver. From initially yolk sac forms the blood cells, then during the intrauterine life liver form blood cells. After 7th week of intrauterine life, stem cells for the hematopoiesis. Stem cells colonize into the bone marrow after 7th month. After 7th month, bone marrow start forming the blood. Now mesoderm form hemangioblast. These are the precursor for both forming the blood cells and the vessel, and they form tube, that is the vessel, and the blood cells, that is the RBC, and this tube converted into the artery, veins, depending upon the concentration of this retinoic acid. Retinoic acid increases, vein form, retinoic acid decreases, artery is formed. Thank you.